Well, if have, then I don't need to subscribe already.
87%?
Wow!
Really?
Oh.
So welcome everyone. So today we are going to talk about how AI revolutionized the whole entire landscape. But before that, let me just give a quick introduction of Eric. Some of you are fans of Eric, so you'll know who he is. Then later he will try to make me sound like I'm also someone very good, okay? But Eric, right? Eric, right, I met him, wow, when did I meet you? Probably 4 years ago. But I tell you guys the significant thing.
Yeah, before COVID.
Before COVID, right? I tell you guys the significant thing. So about that period in time, right? He shared with me a very interesting concept. So a very quick story of what I know of Eric. Not so much of how I get to know him, but the key thing, right? He mentioned that last time he used to work in a bank. And as a banker, right? And then he told me one story that is very impactful, in my opinion. Actually, two person about same scenario, possibly like even two colleagues work in similar place, have same income. And interestingly, they will come and borrow money to buy property. And then a few years later, they will sell and then buy again. But when they come back, one of them is a lot more richer than the other one. But their job never changed, their salary never changed, still around the same route. But what changed is where they buy the property. Well, that one really hit me a lot. It's like some people can be poorer or richer just by choosing where to stay, which location. This story is accurate, right?
True, very, very, very true. But yeah.
Okay, because you have seen so many cases. But for me, it's like when I hear that, it's really impactful. And sometimes even when I look at, let's say, my relative or even my parents and a generation above me, those people who buy certain property, landed one or things like that, right? They become a lot richer, not because of their work, but because of the very house they stay in. But this is the basic level. Then Eric got mentioned, in fact, you can do a lot more strategies, which is very interesting. And by the way, the house that I'm staying in right now is like, he asked me to buy one. He said, hey, you should go and buy this house. You want to learn from expert, right? So expert say buy, just buy lor. And then guess what? The house already went up by 44% already. And I just put, you're going to calculate. It's not just 44%. The house per square foot. Yep. You told me to buy one. Then you say, hey, the pricing, I tell you, press at this price, go and tell the agent. Really, it works. Okay. So this is Eric.
I'm very happy for you, man. Anyway, I'm very happy for you. So something about Sean, since you want me to introduce you, I got to know him when, guys, I do a lot of one-to-one consultation, and some of my members, when I ask them for profile, to show me how much CPF, cash, savings, stocks, a portfolio, so that I can plan what properties to buy. Then I realized some of the members, they are very young, and I saw that their stocks portfolio is like 500,000, 700,000. Some of them even have 1 million in stocks. Many of them actually told me, oh, they attended Sean's program. Then I realized it's this guy lah. Now I see my members doing well in both stocks and in properties as well. So that's why from there, I want to really thank Sean for helping all these people to make money, because as you all know, guys, when you all buy property, the down payment is a few 100,000. You can't start property with a low capital. So I think Sean helped a lot of my members to make quite a lot for their the lump sum for the down payment. Since everyone, you can only buy one without paying ABSD, then maybe Sean can help you to make another pot of gold.
Another pot of gold. The general direction first, and then we talk about, let's say, AI, how does it affect? Because I was reading some news, very interesting. So a lot of questions, but it's very early stage. But I think it's good to start getting ourselves inside. So what's your view on the market?
Hey, you start first lah.
Oh, I start.
Okay, I want to know more about stocks, okay, Sean, because the last time that we met, that was like quite a long time ago. So maybe you want to do an update on how stocks is doing. A few of my consultations currently, some of them, I need them to liquidate their stocks so that they have enough capital for their property. And some of them say this is not the right time to do. So maybe you want to give some updates on what is happening.
Okay. So right now, the stock market actually went down. Depends on when you go in. If you go in 3 years ago, 4 years ago, now you're happily making money. By 2 years ago, about 2012, towards the end, you go in, then now it's going like dropping. Now, the thing is this, you must understand something. The stock market, if you go and pull back based on history, the stock market goes up given time. Reason being, inflation, company do better. Like you imagine, will Apple earn less money next year or the 5 years later or 10 years later? Chances very unlikely. So when they make more money, the stock market also go up. It's all about allocation of resources. You don't have to make money back the same way you lost it. So let's say you lost money in stocks and then you feel a bit stuck because portfolio goes down and you see a very good investment opportunity in property and it can help you double your money back quickly. Might as well you go for that one. So it's where you allocate your resources. This is something very important. Stock market right now, if you have cash, it is a salivating situation. It's mega sale. In Singapore, it's called Great Singapore Sale. It has been sale for a while already. But seriously, if you all cool down and meditate and then go and look through, you tell me 3, 4, 5 years later won't go up, definitely go up. Okay, but again, a lot of things will also go up. Property will also go up. A lot of things go up. Later, I'll share with you how I use AI to overcome certain things, okay? But this is my take. Now is a very good time to invest. Seriously, I think during COVID, that time when you asked me, I told you guys that actually
Wow,
that time,
yeah, whatever you recommend that time is hot until Seah.
no, but I also mentioned that there's a lot of uncertainty because a lot of companies don't know whether they can really adapt to the COVID. But now a lot of them already know what to do already. You look at Meta, you look at Google. I tell you, they are making more and more money, but they chop off a lot of people. They chop off like 13,000, 40,000 people. And if they chop, they lay off a lot of people, right? They save a lot of money, but they are making more money. Think about their profits, okay? So this is something that I take a look at it. Like, I feel that now I keep accumulating. And later I share with you all one possible way you can use AI to help you to accumulate, okay? Without, take away your emotions, okay? So Eric, what about the property market? Which other house should I buy now?
Okay, I think the strategy is still the same lah. So everyone, you can only own one property, and why own one? Because you don't want to buy. We don't want to pay so much for the ABSD ma. And we talking about the recent cooling measure. It don't affect Singapore property market. I know many of the people have been talking about, wow, foreigner kena 60% ABSD. But the good thing about that is it doesn't why it doesn't affect the strategy that we are buying in is because foreigners buy in areas where we don't buy. Okay, so everyone, so something to learn. Come, Sean. If you have any question, you can ask me. One of the things what people will ask is, will it affect us? So the answer is it will not affect us because foreigners buy in some areas where we locals don't buy. You want to make a guess? Come. Where do foreigners like? Where? Come guess, everyone. Very good. I saw some questions. I saw very good. Louis, Sentosa, Geylang. No, they don't buy Geylang. They buy CCR, they buy Sentosa, they buy Orchard. Very good. I don't know whether I have time to show you, but you are not wrong. So if you are talking about my strategy for many of you here is always to buy in these two areas. You will never go wrong, which is, everyone, what's the two areas? OCR and City Fringe. These are the two areas that it's very easy to make money because there are a lot of upgraders like you who will buy into these areas. So foreigners, anyway, I don't know why government want to penalize foreigners because I think Singapore economy still need their money lah. And it's not that they are buying into areas that will bring up the price so much that Singaporeans can't buy. So like you talk about Sentosa, all these, we locals don't really buy there anyway. So, but anyway, the good news is cooling measure doesn't affect. And today's current market is still going up from COVID. And okay, so of course the last dip is the first time me and Sean were doing this live stream was in like 3 years ago. Hey, 是不是啊？中间我们有没有做这个？ Did we do one in between?
I remember we were meeting together, so cannot be COVID, right? No, it was the early of COVID. Then we did our first online session.
Then no more already.
No, I think we did another one. I think we did a few more.
I think we did. Okay, but the first one was about 3 years ago. So at that time, I tell you to buy Yohuan. Okay, I think Sean also bought around that time. Hey, you bought which year?
2020. During COVID that year.
Wow,
I remember. Okay.
Everyone, you learn everyone who bought in 2020 or even early 2021 you are super giant huakui. But anyway, it's the same. Like even to this year, you buy just talk about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You buy 6 months ago and you compare the price now, it's also went up a lot. So during the last dip was COVID. Then from COVID until now, it's already 3 years. Prices been doing very strong. So whether got cooling measure, despite of high interest rate, blah, 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 it is still going up. Even Silicon Valley Bank, the bank told. So right now, the challenge is getting a loan from the bank because I think I did some updates on the bank loan. Stress test is going up, and it's a very weird thing because in the past 10 over years, these things don't happen because interest rate right now is coming down. So that's the good news. The interest rate is coming down little by little, but the stress test, the CENA stress test is the one that is getting higher. That's the reason why it's harder to take loan. So many of my people will be thinking, so many of my people say that, hey, my income very low. Actually, your income is not low. It is just is harder and harder to take loan. So hopefully in the next maybe 3-6 months later after the SVB, I don't know what will happen. I hope that the stress test will go back to the normal. But right now it's really the highest of the stress test in the history of Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah. So, So any questions you want, you can continue. So maybe Sean, you were saying something.
So what you mean by that is the key thing is harder to get loan because of. You mean the banks also become more careful, right?
Yeah, more careful, more strict. Yeah, they scared lah. They can't see ma.
Yeah. So, what would you recommend for someone to do right now? Really, just to wait for the next 3 months,
No lah. You still do now because same thing. Despite interest rate, And the properties that I usually recommend are the cheapest and the best property out there that you can't buy anywhere cheaper anyway. And it also all depends on your budget, guys. So example, like today, if you have 1.2 million budget, do you know that is you still can get the cheapest 3-bedroom? Everyone, is a 3-bedder, not 2-bedder. It's the cheapest 3-bedroom that you can walk to MRT and shopping mall. That is the benchmark, 1.2 million. So if you tell me, 6 months later, can I still get this? No, because all the numbers that I share today or share now, it is today's price. So every time I always tell people, this is today's price, 1.2. So you will go up slowly over the months. You will say, oh, you become 1.22, you're 1.25, 1.3 million, things like that.
Actually, whatever Eric say, right, you all just turn the property thing into stocks. It's the same thing. So no need.
Oh, really?
You can. No, because the truth is the price will keep going higher. You cannot imagine the price becoming cheaper, right? It's very unlikely. Maybe they go a bit slower, but it will still go up. So if you keep delaying and hoping to buy at a better price, definitely sometimes there'll be correction or gyrations, correct? But you want to really catch the bottom, if you're very skillful,
no one can time the market anyway.
Yeah, so spend time in the market rather than try to time the market. Nobody can time it. Yeah.
And I always say this before. Okay, so guys, things are getting harder and harder to do. Property price is getting higher and higher. Bank loan is getting harder and harder. We are getting older and older. So things is getting more and more challenging. But on the other hand, we think for a while, don't you think that this is the right market to enter? Because you do not want to go into a market whereby things is getting easier and easier.
Right.
So I think I shared this in a recent event. So I told people that if you want to go into a market which is easier and easier, maybe I can recommend you to buy Malaysia market or Malaysia property like that. So
you'll do that?
No lah. No, I mean it is good to look that we are buying to a property market that is harder and harder. That means when you buy in, the price will be better lah. Buy something that is getting cheaper and cheaper
Okay. So that being said, I think got some interesting questions. Then after that, we can also talk about stocks. Now, but here got some interesting question because it's about got one particular question they ask is, so in your opinion, really the price will keep going out. But just now you mentioned overseas, right? Do you think it's wise to look at overseas properties? Because there are people also talking about a Singapore market a bit too hot already. Even some agents also say too hot already. What do you think?
Okay. If you are Singaporean and PR spouse, you know that Singapore property market has been doing very well, and you can see rental market is we are at a record high of rental market right now. So you want to buy for investment, you will definitely have some passive income. It depends on your age Okay, but anyone below 45 years old, you buy whatever property ranging from 1 million to 2 million, your rental can cover your installment. So that's the good thing about buying property for investment. And and seriously everyone, for all the Singaporeans here, I don't think you know how, even you as a Singaporean who stay here for 20, 30 years, I still feel that many Singaporeans don't know what to buy. So even you as a Singaporean, you don't even know what to buy in Singapore. What makes you think that by going overseas, you can make your money there? Because I have seen too many people losing money in overseas property because they just know nuts about the market. They just buy based on affordability and they just lose money. Actually, what's the worst thing about losing money? The worst thing is you want to lose money and yet no one help you lose. That's the worst feeling. That means you want to sell something and no example.
Got it.
I bought a Malaysia property. I want to lose 100,000 ringgit. And no one want to buy from me. That kind of feeling is that, what am I doing? So you see, when you buy a property, I know Singapore property market, the capital needed is high, but you are literally buying into something that grows. You don't want to be like me that you buy something that is cheap and in the end you lose a lot of money. That's not what everyone wants.
Yes, you're right. So you want to lose money, but also no one help you to lose because no one willing to take that property. I think you're not willing to lose enough lah. You lose a bit more lah.
Unless I lose more lah. I think the first question, which is Q, what do you think of buying a property in Batam or Perth Bay? Walao eh. I don't think you are my follower.
Maybe your follower, but always like to get you those kind. But okay, I mean that being said, because I do have experience buying property overseas before lah. So my own experience one is in the US that time during the financial crisis. So I went in to buy. big learning mistake. I think even if you want to go there and buy, number one, need local knowledge. So someone to help you. Second one is buy good quality one, because I buy those very cheap one. Those that government help to pay for rental, those kind of things. So I kena big time. Even government pay rental for them, but they destroy my house because they are from a lower income, so in a lousier district. Because they can't afford, that's why government pay for them. So imagine the kind of house they stay in. Then in the end, they are okay. Like the government still pay me rental, but my agent tell me my house got one big hole because what happened is people come and try to, the Along come and chase them, you see, and those kind of things, break open the house. So I have all this horror story. The good experience I had one was actually in Philippines. That one we bought in Manila, Rockwell property. I think when you buy higher quality one, then the one also got my friend who is there to actually tell me what to buy. I think you need local knowledge, very important. So in Singapore, the local knowledge guy is Eric Law. He asks you, okay, this one, Eric, so far very soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
All these 10 over years of experience, based on research, later we will be talking about some AI stuff. If AI can teach me, if last time we have AI, we can ask right now, we can implement AI. Hey, AI, where's the best place to make capital appreciation? Where is the least place? Where's the riskier place to buy and we should avoid? This will more or less help out. But over the years, without AI, you can only learn from mistakes. You can only learn from data. So over the years, there are really some places like what Sean has mentioned just now. There are some places that you really cannot buy one. If you buy, you will just wait to lose money only.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Buying the right location is very important.
Interesting. Okay, so really the whole key thing is to be more aware. That's why AI really helps a lot. While we continue to ask the questions, right? Maybe I also transit into some of the AI things, because now it's already about 7:25, halfway already. So in case we talk until the accounts come home, they never talk about AI. Then your bait, clickbait, bring your in, then we own self talk. Okay. So let's talk about AI. Maybe I share with you some tools that I use. Okay. For you guys, right? What tools do you all use for AI? What AI tools have you all started using?
Maybe I share.
Okay, you can share.
GPT only. You mean 还有更多吗?
Oh, okay. So ChatGPT is the one, if you're not using, you are totally dinosaur lah. Okay. Now the thing is this so ChatGPT you can use at different level one. Maybe I share ChatGPT also lah. ChatGPT is very good already.
Okay.
It's the mother of all AI lah. Basically, all the other AI that created the website is all linked back to ChatGPT in some ways one. Okay, in case you all didn't know. Yeah. So for ChatGPT, let me share with you lah. You all know beside can see my screen, right?
Can.
You all can see. It must become your like portfolio, you see. So example, property. What kind of questions will you ask for property?
Let's try. What property can I buy with a budget of 1.2 million?
With a budget of 1.2 million in Singapore lah, correct?
In Singapore.
Okay, let's see.
They
are they never look. They put certain. Okay, but we say, can you tell me specific location? In table form, share really some specific locations.
Wow.
Educational reference.
Condo.
Reference. Let's see whether can or not.
Yeah, let's see.
Right. Okay, guys, what is important is this. So as you can ask more and more questions. In case you haven't done ChatGPT, whatever that is here, you can continue to ask on there. So what are some indicators I should look at? Indicators I should consider to ensure it is a good investment. Something like that. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say.
Investment is a risk.
Sometimes when I ask them for specific stocks, they'll do that. But you must humor them. It's like you have to negotiate them. Take it as fun, take it as education. Then they will give you the answer. Okay, so guys, this is property. So here you got one property tab already. Then you can also go and ask about stocks. New chat, you see, then it's property. Then you can ask about stocks. Then all these ask about property, ask about stocks. Some of you want to ask about gold, crypto, whatever. It becomes your whole entire learning lesson. And the thing is, you can go back there. Okay, so let's say I ask about chat. Okay, example, like Warren Buffett. Okay. What are the key criteria? Okay. Criteria. Okay, so it's like we want to warm up. We want to warm up first. Okay, so they will talk about all this nonsense. Okay, sorry, not nonsense. Actually, quite good. See?
Blah.
My class already. It's all there already. So I want to share with you. Then after you can ask based on these criteria for educational purposes. Okay, you all must say that for educational purposes because they're very scared of. They go and recommend you stocks. Then you lose money. You go and sue them. I also don't know you sue who. You sue OpenAI. Yeah. So based on these criteria for educational purposes. Can you share what may be some Warren Buffett
recommendation?
Don't use the word recommendation. All these keywords are very important. Type of
Oh.
stocks we
Okay, so I learned something.
look at
What
something like that.
was
Let's see. Sometimes they say they want to cover their backside first, then they talk about all this. Okay, so these are the stocks that Warren Buffett buy, right? But boring. Then I'll tell them you are super boring. Can share some stocks that Warren have not bought yet, but fit the criteria. Okay, let's see. Maybe he's called me back. Oh, okay. Okay, a little bit more different one. Yeah, Microsoft actually Warren Buffett haven't buy. So good. This is a good one. P&G recently. Oh yeah, Coca-Cola he have already. So you can't poke him. So you got another tab for property, got another tab for stocks. Imagine how much you can learn, guys. Okay, so this is one way But by the way, I heard that AI is so powerful now. They can even like control the whole entire rental system. They can track the rental movement, and then they can even predict, your tenant may be going to go already. So they help you go and find the next one. This is what I read. I don't know whether true or not. In US,
really?
US.
Okay,
very disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I also So
but
any
talking
other things you use?
Talking about AI. Okay, but I think AI, talking about data, their perspective is quite cool. But at the end, I was thinking, if I'm a buyer, I want to buy something.
Yeah.
There is something on what I call the human factor. Like example, you want to buy, like which floor usually you don't touch. Like landed properties, we try not to touch number 4. Yeah. You know, this kind of human factor, but why don't touch 4? 4 is a neutral number to AI. And always there are some condos that faces malls, there are some condos that faces expressway. So I don't know whether AI one day can replace us. Then we have no job to do anymore.
Yeah, try. So you're saying like all those number 4 facing, right? Let's see. In Singapore, what are some of the things to take note when buying properties for investment? Are there any specific quirks? How to spell quirks? Okay, quirks to take note for Singapore property. Okay. In local context, something like that. See whether they got talk about number 4 and all that. It's spelling wrong. Sometimes they also don't care. Okay, they never talk about the number 4.
Really, so versus freehold. So these are very core.
So very generic.
Maybe you can ask directly. Is it
superstitious
just to buy like number 4? I just 直接 straightforward. See whether they can answer.
You got to talk about 4. The culture 8 is better. 9 is considered lucky. Longevity 13. 13 is Western.
Yeah. But these are the things that if you don't know, you don't
also know how to ask, right?
You don't know. You unless you really go into the direct question, 他才会 answer you.
But let me share with you all this. You all can actually ask them what kind of question you should ask. Okay, I am super new to investing in property. How should I start asking questions to learn? Something like that. So in the end, they will congratulate you somehow, man. Very encouraging. Okay. So after that, can you come up with a questionnaire and guide me step by step as I answer? They can actually let's see. Okay. Okay, but we can actually so actually you can try, guys. You go and answer all these. So you go and answer them and then say, can you recommend me? They will zoom in on. It's very scary. So these are some possible things. Yeah. But I think Eric is correct. In the end, it's not like stocks. Stocks, actually, we also never go and see the company, go and look at the chairman, right? We all do computer one. So stocks, AI, maybe I share with you all some interesting websites. So I share with you, got some stocks, quite interesting one. The first website that I look at, this one, I want to say, is all for getting ideas. Okay, so I share with you some funny one. Okay, this one I think is quite funny. Because you can go to this danielfin.com. Example, you click on, let's say Apple or Tesla. Let's see Tesla. You click on these stocks, right? Okay, they will tell you their AI score. Their AI score is based on, okay, you see, the probability of them, like next 3 months, will they like make money in the market. So this is based on probability. So they actually went through fundamental, technical, those kind of things. So if it's 6, don't buy buy those maybe 10 or something like that. So
I want to ask a very good question. Hey, Sean, since you are so good in the market, whatever number stated here, what is your view?
What's my view? Okay, So I think all these AI, there are certain things that they can tell me faster than I can go and read. Example, fundamentals. So these are the things, actually, when they give me a particular 9, right, obviously I want to know the algorithm behind that. I will go and check them a few times. And once a few times they are accurate, right, then I will know that this number is accurate already. But it's a strong indicator mark, right? So when they talk about risk, they will tell you exactly what are some of the things are negative price fluctuation. So they got explained. It's not like a blank number. This is the very good one, the sentiment. This is something that I usually don't know. But now they can tell me about sentiment even better, but they look at insider trading, those kind of things. It's like last time I need to one by one go and look. Now they straight away give me. Obviously, there are already websites that already have all these like guru focus and things like that. But this one is another additional weapon. Okay, this one is quite interesting one. You can even ask them. I got ask them like example, if you are Warren Buffett, will you go and buy Meta stocks and things like that? Then they will tell me Then they will say, oh, based on now, the Microsoft stocks is it's all AI. But they'll go and draw They'll go and draw. Then so I share with you, this one is called finchat.io. Finchat.io. Then for Guru.
Everyone take down.
take down. So go and check yourself Daniel finchat.io. Then the Guru Focus, one of my favorite website, now got Guru GPT. I think very funny. So you can ask them you can ask them how break down Apple's revenue. Break down Apple's revenue and their projection forward, something like that. Okay, something like that. Then let's see whether they give or not. But they'll go and search. So I think the very interesting thing is as they search in front of you, then the answer come out, then you feel like very wow. Last time Google just come out. The experience also very shock. That's the whole idea. Okay, so this is the stock. And later I share with you one more in my mind, the superpower one, the stock. Okay, but later. Okay, so now back to property. Okay, back to property. Okay, this one.
Okay, your one more interesting, boring.
Hey, boring, guys. Actually, boring is the way to make money. Sometimes too interesting. You know why I have to make myself feel interested in all this AI or not? Because actually, I need to channel some of these exciting things somewhere. The stock really must make it boring. Investing make it boring. Then you have interest in doing other things, correct? Guru Focus need to subscribe. Actually, I'm not sure. Okay, I subscribe to Guru Focus, so I don't know whether the Guru GPT is it a paid version. Okay. AI, can they help to find tenant? Actually, then I'm not sure. Hey, I want to ask something, Eric. This one maybe not AI related, but let me just, because I saw this particular website. It's called realvantage.co. I don't know, have you seen this?
Is it like they pool money, then they will buy part of the property? Yeah,
they fractionalize. They don't call it fractionalize. Do they call it fractionalize?
Something like that. It's like everyone owns the doorknob of the house.
Okay, it's like actually buy stocks also like that. We buy a REIT. This one interesting, but I look at their panel of people. This one is powerful people, okay. So Bing Tiong, they're all down here. So what you can do is you can buy all these property. This one is overseas.
But this okay, but okay, to be
anyway, okay, disclaimer slide. This one we own. Imagine just me and Eric talking. You're just to us at another table. So it's all based on our own chit chat. It's not recommendation. It's just how we feel. Okay, okay, yes. Let's go.
So if I chit chat, it's like, walao, I won't buy all these.
I don't know all this
Okay, I don't even go there before. I don't. Yeah. So you see, sometimes when I look at just now I saw some of the returns. 30% all these.
Really?
You can get the same returns in Singapore, man.
38% again.
38 but okay. Why? Okay, I don't really like this kind of investment scheme. It's because I have no control in this property. The good thing about buying property, you can have control. You can buy, you want to lease, you want to rent out, at what price, is all depends on what you want. So for this one, it's like purely putting my money there, just hoping that they will give me every 20 months, they give me like 37%. So whether it's true or not, I don't have control though. That is not what I like about that. This is not how I invest in property .
Yeah, I think you must be very comfortable and have your own investing philosophy.
Yeah,
and especially if let's say you're someone who is very good at making money in a certain way, like Eric, he has control because it's like probably proximity. You can also, I know you also can actually do things to the house to make it even more valuable.
Create value, things like that.
You can create value
control . Like just like real vantage. I rather put in stocks, man.
Really?
Yeah, I rather put
stocks also no control. Okay, I mean we can go
at least you can do your own homework. For those areas, I don't think that those areas that they recommend are very expensive also. So you can, if it's so good, you can just buy on your own. You don't need to go into buying like part and part. 一点点。You put a bit of money inside, That's not so fun about buying property. You want is to buy the good one and one lump sum all in. That's how you make a lot of money in that 3 years.
Oh, yes. Actually, property game, one of the key thing, if I'm not wrong, one of the key thing that is amazing is the leverage. Because actually, when you put a certain capital, when they increase, example, 30%, you're not making 30%. You're making like probably like times 5 or times 4 or times 5.
Yeah,
right?
when you leverage, you're right.
Yeah,
Hey,
correct.
Sean, I see so many people entered the waiting room because they cannot enter.
Oh, sorry. I told them I only got 500. Then so then I'll send the rest of them the recording.
Oh, good lah. Then don't care about them. They late, then they obby.
Okay, those who are here, like I told you guys, it's a very limited room so they.
Oh, I didn't know.
Limited,
This is the first time I'm using Zoom. So I
see.
know, oh, that's the max. That's the max only.
There's a max. Yeah, lor.
Oh.
Yes, correct.
You tell me lah. Just now I still go and pull people from YouTube.
It's okay. So we will repost this. We repost this. Okay, we will maybe cut and then repost this. Okay. So let's see. Got some other questions. Okay, Jeff is asking. Okay, the Para Coupa can execute on SPY. What's your take? Okay, maybe I just explain. Para Coupa is using S&P 500. The one and only stock index. Okay, the index fund the only one that Warren Buffett actually recommend people go and buy. So this one, based on time, it always goes up. But again, the key thing is time. So this particular strategy, since we know it's going up, you think about it, since you are very confident will go up, nothing is confirmed, but the chance is very high, right? If it's going up, why not you double down or start to use certain leverage, okay? Or you are going for, okay. So now, actually, I spoke to some of my even seasoned fund managers and also investors, right? We all know that Para Coupa, you give it time, you follow the rules. And as I already showed, right, some years you will lose one. But if you give it time, you will win one. Okay, so this is what I think. But you must stick to the rule. You cannot chicken out. Okay. Okay, so this is the key thing. Now the next question they ask, you're searching for him, is it?
No, I'm typing.
Keeper Bay, is it? Enter reflections at Keeper Bay. Oh, okay. Hey, this one is the master ever already. You must take a look. How he analyzes stocks.
I know that you were talking, you are explaining, so I'm searching for him.
Oh, okay. Let's go take a look at this. Later, I'll show you all the stocks and S&P 500 also. Okay. So squarefoot.com.
Okay. So everyone can see the screen. Sean can see the screen?
Yes, can see.
Okay. The question by Jeff is also, hey, hi Eric Huakui, can enter reflections at Keppel Bay 2 bed 2 bath. Great southern waterfront play while doing co-living. Okay. So number one, guys, co-living can be done in everywhere. Yeah, you understand? You want to buy north, south, east, west, everywhere you buy, you can do co-living. But the most important thing that you should ask yourself, can I make a capital appreciation in this area? That is more important than your co-living. Am I right now, guys? Everyone, please do not just based on, I want to do co-living and you go at anyhow buy property. It's because everyone can only own one property. So you're off. So that's why you need to buy the right property that has good appreciation. So every time when I hear Keppel Bay, everyone talking about great southern waterfront, do you know that if you go back to what Lee Hsien Loong have said during rally, he said that by the time this is up, I think he said something like he may not be there anymore, which it can be about 20, 30 years time. So do you want to make money in 20, 30 years time, or do you want to make money in the next 3-4 years? That's more important. So every time I heard reflections, everyone, can you see my screen? 可以看得到吗？
看到 yes, reflection, yeah.
Okay, so reflections is already 12 years old. Okay, it's 12 years old, 1,100 unit. It is a good project. No, as in good project. If you follow me enough, I love big projects. But what I want to share with you is, although you can see there's a lot of transactions, but these people who buy, these are foreigners because foreigners won't buy a $7.9 million condo. Local won't buy a 7.9 million condo. Local will spend 7.9 buying a landed property. So the next thing you need to learn is, do you buy in areas that is foreign or investment based or foreigner based? So the first thing to see is the foreigner 18.6% is considered very high, because good projects local buy is usually less than 5%. As in, foreigner will buy less than 5% in the project. And what I want to share with you is, you can see that they don't make a lot of money on it. 220, 280. These are the make. Do you see the make? Not a lot. You want to, okay, the thing, do you see how much they lose or not? 1 million, guys. So do you want to buy something that you have a risk that lose a few 100,000, and the upside is only like, walao, the upside 07 guys. This person 07, what 几年啊? 16 years 280 ah. Come on guys, any good new launch that I say is my top one, you make, walao, everyone, I just show you anything. Okay, anyway, everyone know my top new launch for the 2 years ago is Treasure with lower entry. Do you see okay, you see zero unprofitable? Do you see a profit? This is the cheap, the entry price is so cheap and you can make so much money, ma. Do you see the difference? So go back to Jeff's question. Don't buy in areas that foreigners buy. Don't buy in areas where you have a good chance of losing money. And going back to just now, where people say, where do foreigners, why like that? Okay, where do foreigners buy? Everyone, let's have some fun. Just give me any area. Then I just give. Then let's see whether got people or any new launch, whether this one got a lot of foreigners buy or not. Any guy, any people. Okay, the sale is CBD. So CBD, you can see CBD. Walao, the thing about CBD, same thing. These are people who bought long time ago, so it's not fair to compare. They make good money, but lose money is very possible as well. And people will buy, 14%, which is very high lah. So number one, what you have learned, foreigners buy Orchard and CBD. So try to avoid this area. Yeah, so that's what you learn. Okay, but anyway, I want to show you the most perfect one. This is a new launch that I found in Orchard. Everyone, do you want to make a guess? What is the percentage that foreigners buy? Come, Sean, in the whole project, it's a new launch. Yes, a new launch. This is a new launch currently. How many percent is for
ChatGPT? Okay. So what is the percentage of foreign buyer in Park Nova?
In Singapore,
Park Nova in Singapore. Let's see whether they can get or not.
Well, if have, then I don't need to subscribe already. The thing about AI, hopefully we do not need to subscribe to information. No,
you have to subscribe to AI lah.
Yeah, you don't need to pay.
Have or not? Don't
have.
87%?
Wow!
Really?
Really? Wow, smart. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. So he said 87, which is correct. So go back to my screen. Then we'll share screen.
Wow, okay, like that really? I don't need to buy already. The subscription.
Then 我花这么多钱. Okay, so I go back to my screen. So you go back. Oh, interesting. 87%.
Oh, I think they're able to crawl the data from there also.
Yeah, data. Wow, interesting. Then we talk about anywhere, but I know River Valley, Orchard, CBD, these are the areas you don't buy. But other areas are 随便. Okay, give you a normal area. I use your question. Any questions? Everyone, any questions? Give me an area we want to see. Okay, Avenue South. Okay. Hey, Donna, Avenue South very Jadescape. Okay, very good Jadescape. Okay, Jadescape. Okay, Jadescape. 3.6% only. Hey, but so everyone, do you want to see the returns? If you don't buy in areas, 4 years, make how much? 200. This is one better. 200, 100, 2 plus study, 400. 3 bed, 2 bath, 380. 3 bed, 2 bath, 500. So don't buy in areas that is where foreigners buy, and you don't buy CBD, don't buy Orchard. Then there's other filters which you need to learn because I don't think ChatGPT 有这样厉害 yet
我真的不知道 You'll be shocked.
Yeah, maybe I should go and play and see whether 它可以 replace 我这样.
No, Bing Chat. Just now the one that I use is not ChatGPT. You realize? I use Bing Chat, which is a Microsoft dev. Bing Chat is linked to the internet. ChatGPT is not, ma. So you must. So I show you again. Just now the one that I use. In case you all didn't see, I use this Microsoft Edge, which I think a lot of people didn't know. This is Microsoft Bing. Okay, this one is a very short story. But basically, like you search for anything, property. Okay, let's try. It actually looks Microsoft Bing. So it actually looks
Bing's
like Bing. No, Bing is also what? In fact, the CEO of Microsoft. Just a very interesting story. So the CEO of Microsoft, last time, he used to work in this project called Bing, and it's a failure because they got trashed by Microsoft. But in the end, when he becomes CEO, he turned it around, become like one of the most powerful thing already. That's why Google is like losing their market share to Bing. In case you all didn't know because right now you can you feel like looks a bit like Google, right? This one, but on the right side, on the right side is ChatGPT. That is linked to the internet. That's why it's very powerful. Hey, your must learn now. This very powerful. You know, they got the latest data. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocks, yeah. Okay. So you go back to your story. Go back to your story.
Yeah. No story only. How you story?
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Left about 9 minutes. Okay, I share. Basically today we want to share with you all these ideas to really open up your mind. I share with you one thing that I'm doing right now. Again, you all can go and explore because I realized that for investing, the biggest problem I feel right, it's not about the investing method or the techniques. It is about the human. The human always they cannot tahan or they cannot take the fluctuation. So that's why I was actually looking through this thing. Okay, so there's this particular thing right called. Okay, let me share with you. It may sound very controversial. I am not recommending anything. I'm just sharing with you that I'm exploring. So I want to share with you all this particular thing. There's this thing right in this called Think or Swim. Think or Swim for those who have been investing. For those who have been using Think or Swim, it's a very powerful software. Just to share with you, and now you can use AI to do something. Let me show you. So for Think or Swim, example, right? You can go to this thing called Studies. You can see right my screen. Later I see whether I can send you all this recording. Then you can go and edit Studies. And what happened is this. What happened is you can go and test. Okay, so I've been trying out new strategy. You can see new strategy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This new strategy is to go and test, example, if I use this strategy, will I make money or not? Okay, let me show you. So later I show you what's the strategy. Maybe I can go in and show you the strategy. Okay, so this strategy, the thing is it requires coding. Any of you all know how to do coding? You don't know also doesn't matter. I also don't know how to do coding. But later I show you all these code I use ChatGPT to code. Okay, but I just give you an example first. Yeah, I tell ChatGPT, hey, can you help me code this thing and put inside? Then they put for me. So this one is I'm using this thing called moving average because I want to go into, let's say, S&P 500. So I show you guys, hey, this one is just to open up your guys' mind. Then whatever I do, you all can do also one. Okay, so I click apply. Let me show you. Okay, so they will say this strategy, based on the strategy, I will, okay, let me try to zoom in a bit. Okay, the zoom is blocking me a bit. Let me shift your face. Okay, I zoom in. You all can see, okay, here they will buy, they will enter, then here they will sell. Now is sell, then buy, then sell, then buy, then sell. Okay, based on this strategy, will I make money or not? Based on the past data. Okay, all this is past data. So let me show you this. Okay, for those who are into Think or Swim, you can go to this thing called Studies, Add Studies. You can go to Floating P&L. Okay, Floating P&L is to check whether you really got to make money or not. Okay, if you use this strategy. Okay, if you use, okay, can you see? Okay, this is green color means make money. So if I use this strategy, I buy already, make money, then sell, make money, then after make money again and stuff like that. So if it's a red color, then it's lose money. Understand? Now, the interesting thing is this, how to get, okay, so this is all the strategy. Now, the interesting thing is, Think or Swim also got this thing called auto trade. So, like, after you enter this whole thing, you can just click a button, say, okay, Lord, how many trade based on this strategy? I don't care already. Again, I'm not asking you to do like high frequency trading and things like that. I'm not expert in that. But the thing is this, I can go to ChatGPT, show you what I do. Okay, help me. Okay, so example, help me code Think script code based on Turtle Trader strategy. Example. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Turtle Trader is a very famous bunch of people. Okay, so they will go and help you go and find out like that particular trader or investor strategy, create into a code, and then help you invest. Okay, I don't know whether you know how powerful this is. This is the bloody code, right? Okay, so because Turtle Trader, for those who understand code, I'm trying to read also, it's a 20 days breakout strategy. So they code for you, you just copy and paste inside, they do for you. But of course, you can go and do back testing and things like that. So how many of you find this quite amazing? You find this quite amazing. Later I send you the recording, your step by step go and do. And I can share with you, for those who are using my strategy for investing, right? I want to tell you that Think or Swim, right? You can actually put in all these code, so they can help you. We talk about sell call, sell put, those kind of things, right? Now you can automate everything. You can say, okay, every time hit a certain thing, help me sell call. Then you put out there, they don't do. And sometimes you don't do, I feel it's better because a lot of people, they make the mistakes is they invest already, they use the strategy, but when they see the portfolio, they scared. And when they scared, they do stupid things. So even Warren Buffett say, the market will continue to make money because people do stupid things. If you don't do stupid things, right, actually will make money one. But if everybody makes money, nobody makes money already. You know what I'm saying? So using all these codes does help. Hey guys, I'm not teaching coding and I'm just sharing for the sake of purpose, for really educational purposes. So if you're interested, really go and find out how to use ThinkScript. You ask ChatGPT to teach you how to use ThinkScript. They will teach you. That's how I learn. Okay, nobody teach me one. I use ChatGPT one. Okay, so wow, maybe next time you can ask them to code something to go and alert you, send you SMS whenever this property price new launch, and you can, I tell you, you can use AI to go and search for that particular funny person who can bring you to the VIP list. Hey, you're going to search. Okay, let's go and eat dinner already. Thanks, guys. I hope you all learned a lot.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, bye bye.